It's the American dream. What a beautiful family. That's Kutin Gaima with his wife Abigail and two of their four children, ages 3, 5, 7, and 8. Mr. Gaima came here from Ghana 20 years ago. Hardworking cab driver. This amazing family overtaken by the American nightmare. He was ensnared in a violent wolf pack. There he is in a red T-shirt. He's about to lose his life as he's mobbed by 5 young people who didn't bother to pay their cab fare. Yeah, they took him all the way from the other side of town to the edge of New York City. This is a long way to go in a cab. They got out, 5 kids, without paying. He wanted his money, and he got out of the cab, and he ran him down. And this is what happened. That last punch there, he cracked his skull on the pavement and died sometime later at St. John's Hospital nearby. He's gone now. And there are a couple of things in this video that's obvious, but I think a woman actually kicked him in the head at one point. One of these young people, you'll see, kicks him right in the head, and that's a woman. Isn't that kind of crazy? All over a cab fare. Next, I do see one of the individuals, just for a moment, look back like, hey, is that guy I punched, is he okay? I don't know. Why isn't he moving? Well, you killed him, pal. You killed him. Although the group really wasn't that somber about it. They went into their building and they're going up the stairs, and you can tell they're laughing and joking and giggling about what just transpired. Yeah, just another fun summer day. Did you see what we did to that guy? Well, again, this man, Kutin Gaima, it's heartbreaking, and we're seeing this all the time. 52 years old, cab driver, husband, 4 children, 20 years ago in this country, working. His wife said the following about him. He's an all-around amazing guy. He didn't rest throughout the pandemic. He was working. Next, that he was a good man, and he was her backbone. As to who did it, they have 2 suspects in custody, including this individual. Austin Amos is his name. They think he's the one who threw the punch. 20 years old, 6 prior arrests, robbery, criminal mischief, criminal contempt, sexual misconduct. I say all of this stuff that we just saw is the American nightmare that really has kind of gone into overdrive over the past 2 years. This country was all about working hard and everybody can make it. Now, what propaganda have they told us? It's all racially biased, and what is it? What do we think? What is out there? People feel entitled. There is zero respect. There is ethnic tension, and there is violence. And yes, ethnic tension. We believe that the suspects were born in America. Mr. Gaima came from Ghana. Did you know that they face a lot of hostility, folks who were born in Africa, from some people who were born in this country, even people of color? It happens. It happens a lot. Our country seems to be falling apart. No respect for law and order and other people's property and their goods and their services. Take a look at this, what happened in a 7-Eleven, please, in Los Angeles. Watch. First, they want to go shopping, and then somebody decides, let's just steal everything. This is a flash mob. And watch it. Watch them destroy this place. Destroy it and take everything in sight. Now, where could they have gotten this idea? Have they been watching TV for the past 8 years? Listening perhaps to Barack Obama talk about what a systemically racist country we have? Yeah. Wasn't he supposed to change so much of what we're seeing right now? Where is he, by the way? He's out there just being fabulous.
I want to make sure that the world's wild spaces are there for my kids and my grandkids. Join me in this celebration of our planet's greatest national parks and wilderness, a journey through the natural wonders of our shared birthright.
And that'll be another $60 million, please, for Barack Obama. living his best life and blowing off everybody else. Look, I remember when he was campaigning back in 2007, 2008, he was going to move the needle on race relations and young men of color and responsibility, right? Nothing happened. Nothing at all. And he even blew off his own rhetoric. Just went with the victim routine. Occasionally he tries to help out in the community. Have you ever seen him do that?
Hey guys, so how y'all doing today? A couple weeks ago, I called up Coach because I was hearing about all the great stuff that you guys were doing in the program. So he said, sometime you need to come by and say hi. So I like to keep my promises.
Okay, and I'm going to say that I noticed that Barack Obama, he talks a certain way, certain people, and a different way to other people. Ever notice that? I think this is pandering. Yeah, it's pandering, right? What does he like to do? He shows up, takes a few pictures, shoots some hoops. Look at me, make the basket, right? I'm fabulous. That's always the message. This guy, we gave you the presidency, even though you didn't deserve it, you didn't have the resume, you didn't have the background, you didn't have 2 years in the Senate, but you were special, right? You were, kinda. At least we bought the hype, and you didn't do anything with it. Now, every now and then, again, when he tries, maybe he shouldn't even try. Sits down with a youth group, right? Wants to get down and talk about things. He always just talks about himself.
Sort of, for me, my personal journey intersected with, I think, this broader question of how are we setting up a society so that young men like that can succeed or not succeed? And that's what led me to the South Side of Chicago. That's what led me to be a community organizer, was that sense that, look, when I walk down the street of the South Side of Chicago, I see young people and they look and remind me of me or Michelle. And a combination of circumstance allowed us to succeed.
Well, good for you. As for everybody else, again, it's all about him, right? He's going to somehow inspire, tell his story. So now he sits down with the youth group, all right? Now, watch how these folks can sniff out a phony. It's all about him. They're bored. They're checked out. I don't think they even recognize this guy. It's now a long time ago since he was really a big deal. Check it out.
When we came here, three of the guys here, I shared with them was, and I think this surprised some of the violence and drugs and some of the issues that I was going through were similar. And I think that, and I think that, you know, one of the things we all, boys and young men,
he's losing the audience.
Many of whom grow up without fathers, don't have as many resources around them. It becomes that much more critical.
What happened to him being a good speaker?
Pressures I'm dealing with, that's something that I went through also. You know, I'm struggling with this too. You know, this is something I'm confused about.
Yeah, you're confused look, he doesn't mean it. There's nothing there inside. They know he's got a private jet waiting. They know he doesn't really care. If this man came to New York City and set up the Barack Obama Conflict Resolution Center and rolled up his sleeves and worked full time to broker peace, or go to his hometown that gave him his start, Chicago, you could broker peace between these gangs. They're killing themselves every day. You don't care. Why am I frustrated? He's old news, but he promised actually, that his presence, just taking that oath, and now we're having a stupid conversation about race to avoid having an important, probably uncomfortable one. And it is a stupid conversation about race. Take a look at this. Today, the New York Times, they endorsed 3 people for Congress, okay? They're a bunch of crazy lefty liberals. I didn't really care. I don't want any of them to win. But here's why the left is going crazy. They say all of these endorsements, they're wrong. Why? Because you notice anything? They are 3 white males, okay? 3. You know the term now, white guys. Being a white guy is a bad thing. It's a pejorative. And you know who I hear that from a lot? White guys. Oh, I'm just a white guy. What do I know? Well, speak for yourself. Reaction on Twitter and elsewhere. Let's see some of the fake news press weighing in. The Times sticks it to progressives. In choosing 3 white men for Congress, the newspaper's editorial board seems to be, implicitly at least, pivoting in a different direction. And troubling. What else? 3 white guys walk into the New York Times. Ha ha ha. The Times has ditched progress when their endorsement could be a make it or break moment. Blah, 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 blah. Error in judgment. And again on Twitter. Nobody seems to like it on Twitter. They're saying this, that, and the other thing. Ooh, no good, no good, no good. White men. That is their big problem. White men. Too many white men in politics and too many white men in the cockpit. This is really happening as well, overseas and in America. Look at these guys. They're just coming. I think that's a Tornado. Very cool airplane. The Royal Air Force has it. All right, that's great. These guys just got out of a Harrier jet. That's also great. I see cool planes and cool pilots. What does the woke left see? White guys flying planes, and that should not be happening. The Royal Air Force is doing it, and so are we. RAF pauses job offers to white men to meet diversity targets. And they're not the only ones. Right here in the USA, the U.S. Air Force is playing this same woke game. One of their top generals wrote this: 86% of Air Force pilots are white men. Here's why this is a problem, by Major General Ed Thomas. And in this article, you know what his first line is? This guy should be worried about planes. The tragic death of George Floyd and recent events have fueled widespread protests and a renewed call for racial equity nationwide. This guy's business is planes, and he's talking about George Floyd and too many white pilots. This is insanity. Next, inside that story, our goal is to get in front of every demographic group in America and show them someone who wears a flight suit every day they can look up to and say, that could be me. Isn't that depressing? You know, I thought being American, that's kind of what we all got going for each other, right? You know, that's what brings us together. To the general, to the New York Times, to Barack Obama, we've got other things to worry about. This is happening right now, okay, everybody? We don't have time to play these silly games, and it's too easy to count faces and what everybody looks like. The problems that lead to moments like this, they're real, they're uncomfortable, and we better do something about it. Be right back.